you see how far away he's building his first pylon? Those cannons will go up, and I think the idea here is probably 1 or 2 stalkers and then the robo. I think it's like cannon, battery, battery, cannon, battery, 1 or 2 stalkers, and then the robo. And this is not going to be easy for Catz, I'll guarantee you that, Funka.
Yeah, it's not a done deal yet, because we do have this gateway that's been produced next to the pylon here, and we've got a cannon to complement that and get a couple of defensive structures to defend that gateway. Then we'll have probably a robo, as you mentioned earlier. All right, let's see about that extractor. Okay, three drones in the extractor, 50 gas already. We'll see about a metabolic boost being starting, or maybe something else, because now he sees that there is a couple of buildings next to his natural base. We'll go into a proxy hatchery into the main.
Does he know about the drone?
I don't think he does.
Because I feel like he was looking for it before.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows it's inside of his main.
That's old school counter pressure against the counter rush. And
imagine going around the entirety of the map while it's actually... How did Catz get it in the main without the Themuszero seeing that?
He's seen the drone, but I believe that he was not looking at it. And look at this. I talked about it. It's like metabolic boost, and probably not the upgrades you want in this game. You're going to invest that gas into something else, and it's going to be burrow with some roaches that will happen to be inside the main. So we do have a robo at the opposite side of the map.
This is so sad for the Themuszero. Like, he's looking everywhere because he knows. He's like, I know there's a drone out there, and I know that drone is going to try to be very annoying, but as long as I see it coming in advance, I'm going to be fine. He's not going to see it coming in advance. Now, what he could still do is build 1 Immortal, 1 Observer, and recall both.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That robo might be the saving grace, right? Like having a couple, well, at least having detection. Okay, and now maybe as Immortal, he sees the creep now.
But what do you do? Like, you don't want to recall the Stalker. Like, I know it's very tempting to do that, but I think you need to go Immortal, Observer. Maybe just recall the Immortal and then fly the Observer home, because otherwise Catz is gonna kill all your workers. I mean, the cannon is cute, but Catz is never going to stay in range of that cannon, you know. There's the entire left side of this Nexus that's super exposed. Maybe he's going to get 1 more cannon there.
If he gets a cannon on the top left, I really like it.
On the right side of the gas, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, something like this, yeah. Or even here.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Honestly, maybe he doesn't even need an observer. He recalls like
everything.
Yeah, Stalker, Adept, and Immortal. Oh, the cannon has been destroyed. Oh, that's a shame. But
there's
now
1 more cannon. Whoa, I don't think Catz was aware of that cannon on the right
he was
side.
In range.
Did he not see that cannon yet?
Yeah, he might not have seen it. Okay, he saw it, but maybe he underestimated the range of detection here. He could burrow the queen, but he will not do it. And I feel like the Themuszero has done it then, dude.
Yeah,
there's only a roach, right?
But now, obviously, he's not able to protect his cannons and his batteries on the other side of the map. So he's definitely defending the hedge. Oh, that's very bad by Catz.
Yeah, losing
a Ravager. Because, I mean, as a Zerg, you're just quite broke in these scenarios. So every unit is super important. And you simply cannot afford to lose a Ravager against a cannon.
Yeah, losing those 2 roaches at the beginning of the fight hurt a lot. And now... Yes, this Immortal is a little bit trapped. I do believe that we have... do we have like a perfect wall? Yes, yeah, it's a perfect wall. So maybe you destroy the Forge now or something like that, and you get that Immortal at the opposite side of the map, because those units, they're not useful there.
I think he's just going to get the Prism.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And probably just build some extra batteries to keep his cannons alive, because I think the Themuszero knows. It's like, alright, that was a big investment for you. A hatchery inside of my main base. Whoa, there is a hidden roach.
Yeah, I don't know. He got it out of there, but I don't believe that this roach can do that much by himself.
Or he just keeps the Immortal there forever.
Yeah,
it's just like that Immortal's safe. You know, you've done your job. The Ravager
it's time for you to retire.
The Ravager count is a little bit better right now. Funky with 4, so these corrosive bells are going to hurt, especially because the battery count is not that high here.
Yeah,
but now obviously the Prism is here, and when the Prism is here, that's kind of when the Protoss party starts, and the Stalker goes down immediately. All right.
That was kind of rough for the Themuszero, losing that Stalker already, but there's going to be a second Immortal soon, and Immortals in a War Prism against a Zerg player that only has pretty slow units as Roaches and Ravagers, then suddenly that's a little bit, well, worrisome for...
Oh my goodness. If that would have happened, I would have absolutely lost my stuff.
Yep. I do. I'm with you on this one. I was almost about to do so. Okay, he will dodge at the last possible second, but still lost the Stalker in the process. This is not the perfect execution that you expect from a professional player that did that build probably 1,000 of times here in ZVP.
Maybe he's playing on the US server as well, but I think he's played quite a few games on the US server, right?
Yeah.
Catz is obviously on the West Coast, he lives in California, so I assume that these games are being played on US East. So the ping is obviously slightly higher than it would be on the European server. Careful with your Immortals. He also really still doesn't have that many batteries, so he's tanking an insane amount of damage. Now he does still have this container. We also know that as long as you have a Prism, as long as you have a couple of Immortals, things are not necessarily going bad, but one more Stalker goes down. He's having issues.
Yeah, this is not clean by any means on the side of the Moz-Zero. Now we've got some Zerglings with speed, so I like it better than Roaches and Ravagers, obviously, even though Ravagers are going to use corrosive biles, and considering how the Moz-Zero has been dodging them, which is pretty much not dodging them that much.
The Stalkers are not that important though. Like, we win a tiny bit hard, but as long as he doesn't lose Immortals and he doesn't lose the Prism, I don't think that the Moz-Zero really cares that much about losing a Stalker or two. The Stalkers are only there in the beginning to buy time. In the end, it's all about Immortals, barriers, batteries, and that War Prism. And he does still have that, but obviously, normally you really hope to pick up a Queen. Oh no, now this time it's dead, right? Oh my goodness, okay, now that's bad. Because now he has to rebuild that, it's going to take a while. He gives even more time to Catz. And I think, can Catz go for maybe a Nidus? Or what would you get?
Catz can do a lot of things in this game, I feel like. This has taken so long for the Moz-Zero to actually deal damage.
Did a single queen go down, by the way? Like,
I don't think.
There was one queen in the main, but it was in the main. There was the Proxy
That's the one,
queen.
yeah, you're right. And now, no Prism. That Immortal is going to get surrounded. Even though the battery is in range, that's not going to be enough. There's a lot of firepower dealing onto the Immortals, and that's already 2 going down, and now the Prism will be replaced, but that's a little bit too late. 2 Immortals dying to Roaches and Ravagers when we've got that kind of setup. This is just it's borderline criminal here.
Criminal?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not supposed to happen.
Well,
You're in such a great shape.
He did lose the Prism.
Yes, he did.
So it's a little bit harder to save every Immortal at this point. I mean, I like the idea of going for Disruptors now, right? Because Disruptors are sweet against those Ravagers. They're all going to chill on top of that ramp. One more pylon goes down. Phenomenal defense so far by Catz, because once again,
I like this one.
I like the proxy base. Man, this is going to be so weird, because there's going to be a Nidus in the main base of the Moz-Zero, and then the Moz-Zero is going to recall all of his probes to the other side of the map. We're playing underwater chess over here, okay? Forget about Starcraft, forget about PvZ and Oracles and Infestors. This is next level, but he doesn't have... Oh, okay, the Immortal.
Hey, the Immortal that was really... Come on! You're retired, but do something for your race here! No, don't hit at the Roach!
The Roach actually tricked him, though. The Roach gave the alert. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Because the units were still fighting in the ramp, but now one more. This game is wild.
This game is pretty freaking crazy here.
Wait, what is that gonna do?
Okay, well, I guess, he wants to flank. He wants to go from different sides, and...
yeah, he can land some crossed balls, I guess, right?
Yeah, he can.
Oh, gets another surround. War Prism, do your job. War Prism.
Get the units out of the way. Get the Disruptor.
No,
he got it, I think. It's in the... it's in the Prism.
How many Immortals have gone down? 3?
And see, Ravagers coming from the south side here. And this is looking grim. I think the Moz-Zero is going to die here. Disruptor shot. Actually connecting with 2 Ravagers, but no energy left here on the shield batteries. And Catz, he was able to stabilize. And this is about to be a pretty massive victory here for Catz and Peru against Finland, because this didn't look really good for starters. I mean, you got your proxy hatch destroyed without dealing any damage, and then you've got a Protoss player that's sitting next to your base with batteries, cannons, and Immortals in a Prism. That's exactly what you want against a Zerg player like this.
Yeah, but this game is not over yet. This game is far from over, okay? Because Catz has 27 drones, and he's still... Oh, Immortal! Okay, well, if all these probes go down here, that's very bad news, because the Moz-Zero's economy is not that good.
And Disruptor just died as well.
I think this was a bit ambitious to recall these probes while the army is still here, while he doesn't even have a single shield battery. I actually like... It's obviously very bad, because he's on 25 supply. But I was like, alright, so Catz is going to go for a Spire of 28 drones. Like, you know, I've seen Zerg players lose games like this, but yeah, now I think it is actually kind of over, because the Immortal went down, the Disruptor went down, and just 10, 11 probes went down. And those are probes that the Moz-Zero could simply not afford to lose.
Yeah, he's got nothing on the map. No third base, and I guess that Nice is just like, okay, there's something wrong with this. He didn't see the queens, but there's queens just walking towards the opponent's base.
Wait, what?
Okay, what are these drones for? Okay, the Oracle scouted the 2 queens, so now he has to go back. Does he bring a...
Nice knows something's coming, so he's gonna make a ton
Hatchery?
of shield batteries. He's getting a Void Ray as well.
It's gonna be a Spine Rush.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
He's gonna plant down Crypt Tumor. The Crypt's gonna start spreading.
And then he'll be able to
so
plant down
that
4
way you don't have
spines.
to wait for the hatchery to finish. This is quite brilliant, really.
Yeah, and you save so much more mineral as well. So of course, like a really good call here, I would say from Catz. Let's see how Nice decides to react. Oracle and Void Ray will take on the fight towards that first queen, but the Transfuse will keep her alive for just a bit. And second
there's more.
Transfuse happens.
God.
4 queens in total here, as the 4 spine crawlers, 5 spine crawlers will be thrown down here. We've got a lot of shield batteries here on the side of Nice. 4, that is.
And he's out of mana on that 1 Oracle, so even though he's getting 1 more now, re-engaging into the squints is going to be incredibly difficult. And there is a Spore as well. Catz is going to take down this wall.
This is so smart. Yes, the wall will probably fall. Let's see if that those stalkers will be able to kill the Overload. Actually, Transfuse happening
really
at last
smart.
possible moment. He wants to keep that vision up.
You see what Nice has done, by the way. He realized this wall was going to go down, and then what would he not be able to make units? So he remade gateways in the back of his base. He planned ahead, but can he defend against this? Like, it still seems difficult. I mean, those spine crawlers, they just don't die very quickly to gateway units.
Okay, I'm liking this counter attack. Maybe we'll be able to take that queen out, and will be maybe a couple of drones at the opposite side. The first gateway just died, second one will fall as well, and we've got 6 queens and the spine crawlers. You've seen them move. It's time to go for the first layer of shield batteries. We've got 6, 7 of them at the moment on the side of Nice, and he will try to hold on with everything he has. Losing the cyber core which actually hurts quite a bit. There's nothing but Zealous that he can produce at the moment, and spine crawlers obviously will have a field day against those.
And actually Nice doesn't even know what to do. He doesn't want to stand behind his wall, so he moves out, but he's taking a ton of damage. Shield batteries can only save these units for so long. Catz is going to come in with Lynx. Lynx find their way to the main base as well. Catz is breaching that location.
Okay, the Oracles. The Oracles did a really good job at dealing with the Zerglings in the main base, but now Zerglings in the natural, killing a lot of probes. These Oracles, they don't have energy left, and there's not that many units remaining on the side of Nice. Catz might have done it here, because Nice has to evacuate at the moment. He still has a better income with 28 probes. He obviously has a lot of gas going his way, which means he will be able to reproduce some high-tech units, such as the Void Ray, even Oracles maybe. For now it's a Void Ray, but he will lose his Nexus. And even now, like, Catz is transitioning. He's adding on 4 drones, getting 2 queens back at home, and I feel like the strategy has already worked.
And there's a lot of Oracles on the other side of the map, though. They're going to take down a queen, but there's so many more left over. I guess Catz can just make a bunch of spores on his side of the map and then saturate that expansion.
This is a shame. Like, those 4 Oracles, they're a threat, and especially on the natural base, but having no energy left for those Oracles to hit and actually open their pulsar beams is quite a shame here for our good friend Nice, because that natural is going to get mined from. Even a Spore has been added on. 3 queens will be here to help out for the defense, and the opportunity with the Oracles is just gone.
He has no real way to bridge the main base, so I like that he just makes the mature choice of pulling back, gathering back with the queens. And now the question is, what's wave number 2? Does he go for a Spire? Does he go for a Nidus? I think Spire would be very risky because there's already a Stargate, even though there hasn't been Phoenixes made. Damn, Guardian Shield's pretty good against it. Yeah,
Guardian Shield actually makes that Void Ray.
The Spore
looks like an indestructible unit here. Okay, 1 spine just died, but then you will have to take care of the creep. That's gonna take a long time. So how do you do it? After that, Oracles coming from the back, targeting the queens right after.
Oh my god, Catz getting on top of the army!
Okay, but I think with the shield battery and a force field perfectly placed, that should be okay. We'll take them out, and now the spines, they have to relocate. Spore falls, so there's nothing to defend against those Void Rays and Oracles. And Nice will stabilize. And
I think, Catz messed up maybe a little bit by not leaving enough queens there and also misplacing the Spore a little bit, because that definitely could have kept Nice inside of his base longer.
But in this case, he goes for a Nexus. So I guess he does have an opportunity to play a more normal game in a way, but this is hard. This is hard to witness here, because a couple more probes dying is actually going to be super difficult for Nice to stabilize from.
This is so worth it. Yeah. 7 probes, so now he's down to 27. And in the meantime, Hydralis production is on the way. It must have crossed his mind here, Catz. Like, do I go for a Nidus? But if we look at the center of the map, he actually has a creep highway. So it doesn't, like, I mean, those Hydralisks, they will get across the map pretty quick if he actually wanted to attack, and same for those Queens. So I wonder if this might be the plan.
But now Storm on 2 bases. I like it against Hydralisk, but I don't like it as much if he gets sieged by Lurkers.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Those 2 players, they're pretty much playing in the dark, but still making a lot of good assumptions in general.
I think Catz doesn't even need to commit to the attack. Oh my god, is he gonna drop?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Catz is so sick.
3 drop alerts.
He's so smart, honestly. Like, he really uses like every single possibility up to their full potential. There's gonna be quite a few Templars to feed back these Queens, but then they wouldn't have Storms left over if they did. So
He's gonna go for it.
to this side.
Is he going
for fights? For the
he
most
just
part, yeah.
fights for now. He's got a lot
Actually,
of
that Void Ray, oh my god, the
void.
Void Ray almost died. Stasis Trap is gonna be triggered. The Prism is taking a bunch of damage. The drop inside of the main base here.
This is gonna be so hard.
He can't afford to split. He's gonna send everything inside of the main base, but then his expansion, he's gonna be sieged in the meantime.
Okay, the Void Ray will fall. Couple of probes dying. Can he get the Storms up onto those Hydralisk in the main base at the same time on the natural? Yes, the stasis will allow him to get a couple of seconds to breathe, but I don't think that he has enough. I mean, those Templar they don't have infinite energy. He probably has what, like 3-4 Storms extra that he will be able to use. We'll still have some Hydralisk in the main that could be dropped again by the Overlords, and all those Queens, they've got so much energy, so feedback will be used. Now you get to transform those maybe into Archons, because you're about to die, my friends.
Oh my god, the Hydralisk took out the Oracle single-handedly. And some stuff in the backline as well. 4 Lurkers are not going to be morphed. Catz in a dominant position, taking a massive supply lead here. The Queens are there as well already. And the creep is just knocking on these Protoss doors there.
Yeah, I feel
Nice will try to break out, but there's just too much.
Yeah, I feel like Catz has done it here with a really nice strategy with that proxy spine rush here, just on top of the natural base of a Protoss player. He put him in a rough situation at the start of the game, and GG gets